My name is Ronny Arnephy. I am 39 years old. I come from the beautiful islands of the Seychelles. Basically, it was Seychelles was discovered by the French, who actually came in to settle in the 1770. Basically, this is when the population started, because the French came, they discovered Seychelles, they came, they settled in. They brought with them the African slaves at that time, and also the Indian and Chinese traders came to do the trade. So they came in and they settled, and this is actually how the population started. Basically, we were French colonized and then British colonized. And we got our independence in June 1976. Basically, we had a law in our penal code. It's a section 151. It's actually a sodomy law that was there since 1955, introduced by the British. So that law talks about carnal knowledge. They've got 3 sections. They've got section A, which talks about carnal knowledge in general, and section C, which talks about a person's got carnal knowledge of somebody else's. Actually, this law didn't affect lesbians. Actually, it only affected hetero people and also homosexual people, male homosexuals. They've got a section B, which talks about carnal knowledge with an animal, it's bestiality. So this law has been there in our penal code since 1955. The huge challenge for us is a bit of the stigma. And also so that you know, Seychelles was 99% Catholic, Roman Catholic. And a lot of our laws in the code of the penal code was actually reflected a lot from the Catholicism. We didn't have any registered organizations working around LGBTIQ issues. We already have, you know, little groups of LGBTI people who meet socially, you know, who would at times meet often to talk about our issues, but informally. You know, maybe in a club, maybe on the beach. But then, you know, I said, no, we have to have a very strong voice. So I already started doing some groundwork and research work on how to set up the LGBTI. And there was also a friend of mine, her name is Fabiana, who is actually our chairperson, who were already with her group starting doing some groundwork. So we got to meet. And we decided to have just one organization. You know, the community is very small, and you know, we'll have a stronger voice if we put everything together. We've been lobbying a lot with the members of the parliament. We've been lobbying a lot with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who is actually the ministry in charge, or who is in charge of all those conventions, UPR. So we've been lobbying a lot with them. We've lobbied with the leader of the government business in the parliament, with the Attorney General's office. For me personally, it's very emotional, because you know, I've lived as an LGBTI person for, you know, since I was born. You know, like, I mean, when I discovered myself, I was in my very young age. I have never let that law affected me, but it was there, it did affect me in certain ways. Now I feel that I'm going to be more open, you know, more free. I would like to first of all say to them, do not lose hope. You know, we are a big African community. Of course, our context is different or varies from countries to countries. Some of our countries, you know, are very strict, very, very strict laws, very repressive laws. And even in the society where they live, it's very, you know, oppressive. But my message to them is, hold on there. Do not lose hope. I'm really happy that yesterday, the 17th of May, the bill went through. There were some members who abstained, but most of the members voted for.